Good evening everyone. So today we're at a little Renault. It's a Renault Clio 2014 and it's a 1.5 diesel, engine code K9K. So the customer's complaint down at Roddy's, she came out to it this morning and it would not start, would not crank, would not start. So I got a jump start and away it went. So we've currently got the car ticking over at the moment, and you see we're charging at a good 14.3 volts. So I decided to do a code scan on the thing, and you can see there's a Reiki codes for computer supply error. So that's in the engine, and then in the transmission, battery voltage out of range, so we're not sure if that's too high or too low. I would assume it's too low. Computer voltage, high, low, you name it. Climate control, computer supply voltage. So the SPU, the switch and protection unit's complaining alternator voltage control malfunction. Didn't like that code. So it must be looking at the alternator complaining about it. So I think we'll switch our wee meter, Roddy, to AC. See, you got an AC function on that wee meter? Yeah. We'll just see what the ripple's like. Oh, it just went off. Oh, is that high? I think that's maybe reading 2 volts AC. Oh. Didn't like the look of that, so because the very fact that he's complaining about the alternator malfunction, but it's charged, but there's maybe too much AC getting pumped. That thing's, oh, disconnect that, Roddy. Maybe that's causing the problem. Okay, now. So we'll try that again. No, it's still the same. If that's true, that's too high. So I'll go and get my wee. What we can do is put the Verus. We'll put the Verus on and see what it's reading the AC like, and get back to you. So we put the Verus on it, and you can see there. We don't know what was up with the wee meter, but there's nothing wrong with that AC ripple out the alternator. If you can see at the side there, our graph goes between 0 to 0.2. So I think I'm right in saying anything under half a volt AC is fine. And you can look at all the ripples. Now that means that they're all good. You would get a spike if there was a diode was away. So I think that alternator's checking out good at the moment. So maybe suspect more the battery rather than the alternator. But that's a good looking waveform, that. Right, plod on to the next one. So what we're going to do for this test, I've got it in the graphing multimeter. So Roddy's going to put the lights on with the ignition on and put the heater on, and for maybe a minute or so to put some stress on the battery and see what levels it goes down to. Then we'll crank her over. In fact, even at that, let's see, Roddy. So even at that, let's see what. With that initial crank we got down to 7.44 volts, but that was its absolute peak. But let's go up to here, which should be its average. So that would be cursor 10.5. That looks alright. But we'll run that test again. So we're currently sitting at 11.89. You got the lights on, Roddy? No. You want to try the lights on, Roddy? That'll do the new, my man. The lights are on new, I just leave it there. So we got there, initial crank where that spike is, we got down to 7.37, but that's the rush. So we'll take it down to, this would be kind of your average. 10.37, that looks okay. So we'll try another test. So the lights are on this time, and our battery's getting down to 12.09. But the blower on too, Roddy. Run it right down, man. That's it. So, so you can see the lights are on, the heater blower is on, our voltage is dropped to 11.6. Try it now, Roddy. That'll do, my man. So we're getting down there to 7.3, but our average is, take it for there, 9.41. That's not too bad. So let's clear the codes, take it a run and see if it comes back. Cheers. You notice the output from the alternator to the battery. Now if you put your clamp round all the, over either the positive or the negative clamp of a battery, you then you know what's going into the battery. So this one's taking 28 amps, so that's quite a lot of amperage for this battery to be taken. So I think maybe the best idea is charge up the battery overnight and then give it a run in the morning and see how it is for there, because ideally after 20 minutes you want your battery to take about 10 amps worth of charge, and that's excessive, definitely. So we went into the switch and protection unit, and you can see there's a PID there. State of battery charge percentage, there's a telltale sign, 23%. So this battery is indeed in a bad way, even though it's not that old. So Roddy was just reminding me, these units, you can't just be putting any battery into a car nowadays. It could be calcium, or what's the other one? Silver, sodium cadmium, I can't remember, but, and gel type batteries is another one. So I think maybe if we'd done a bit of research and seen what was the correct battery for this, maybe that lead us in the direction. But we'll charge it up anyway. But that certainly tells a story. Cheers. So as you can see, I'm back probed into this, must be a current clamp or whatever, to measure the current or the state of charge within the battery. So I'm currently back probed into the blue wire, and you can see on the Veris, there you go, we've got a nice signal there. Well, we've got some form of communication, so it's 13.5 down to 0, a bit pulsing there, so we'll go in a wee bit. So there you go, there's the communication there. So we'll now go to the other wire and back probe into that, see what we get there. Imagine this with a constant voltage. There you go. So another wire, the red wire, we're getting a straight 14 volt battery voltage. So I can't see a problem with that thing. See that, Roddy? There you go. Comunicado. Battery. Calling time on a battery. Now, we're getting additional codes. We're getting DF0003 and DF0043. So you can see there, computer main supply voltage out of range, battery voltage sensor out of range. And if we go back into data, state of battery charges, it's went up a little bit, it's at 32%, and auto loading still at 51%. But the other thing I noticed was here in the car, it's saying keycard battery low. So is that comparing about the keycard's battery's low, or is that saying there's a keycard and the battery's low? I don't know. But it's, look, everything's pointing towards the battery.